We are going to be introducing probability in this lesson, and the first question that we have is basically a bag with 6 marbles in it. It says a marble is chosen from the bag at random, so we've covered up our eyes, we don't know which one we're pulling out. What is the probability that it will be black? Just by looking at the bag, I'm going to write down what I can see, and what I can see in the bag is that we have 1 black marble, 3 white, and 2 gray. Okay, now that we have that figured out, we're going to also write down that I can tell that there are 6 total marbles in the bag. When I go through these problems, especially when I'm thinking about probability, I like to think of the fraction win over possible. And it's great that I think about it as a fraction because most of the time your answers are going to be as fractions. They're either going to be fractions or decimals, but since this one, it wants our answer in a fraction in simplest form, fractions are great. So we can think about it as win over possible. When I think about a win, I want a specific color of marble pulled out of the bag. And the question tells us what that color should be. It says that it needs to be a black marble. Well, when I'm thinking about my final answer, then I can get my final answer set up. How many of the marbles in the bag are winning marbles, or how many of them are black marbles? Well, there's only 1 in the bag that's a black marble, so it's got to be a 1. Over possible means how many different marbles could I pull out of the bag? The answer to that is 6. There's 6 different marbles in the bag. That's actually our final answer. That's in simplest form. We can't do anything else with that, so we are done. I want to mention one time here that a common mistake that I sometimes see is that people will put their final answer as 1/3. Think about why they would put 1/3. The reason that I think they sometimes write that as their answer would be there's 3 different colors, but you have to realize that in the bag those colors aren't evenly distributed. There's only 1 black and 3 white and 2 gray, so that throws it off a little bit. It's not just based on the 3 different colors, but it's how many marbles are in the bag. Let's move on to the second one. On the second one, it says a spinner with 12 equally sized slices is shown below. The dial is spun and stops on a slice at random. What is the probability that the dial stops on a black slice? Again, I'm going to write out what I see. I see 5 black. I see 3 gray. And I see 4 white. Oops. For a total of 12. Again, I'm going to use the same fraction, win over possible. And now I just got to think, what is a win? Well, the question says up here that we need to stop on a black slice. That would be considered a win. We have it over here where we've written these colors down. We have 5 total black. And possible, we put there on the bottom, we have 12 total slices of our spinner, I guess. So 5 over 12. It also says up at the top here that we want to put our answer as a fraction in simplest form. So we have to make sure that that's what we're doing. We do have a fraction, and this is in the simplest